Hey, how's it going? This is TheArgonaut, and we are here again in the Massalia Campaign, where I'm recording this audio in post. The audio file got corrupted or something, and it wasn't working, so I'm going to have to record again and do my best to narrate. So, the dreaded Deimos is going to do a bold move and attack Benevento. My hope is we'll be able to win this battle barely, and that we'll be able to liberate Benevento and have an ally, just because Rome seems to be mustering new forces, and I'm a little bit worried because we really are kind of beat up right now. So, without further ado, let's fight it out. And we've already begun chasing down their missile troops. Alright, so, they have pushed forward with a good chunk of their infantry. The rest is lagging behind, which we are starting to target with the stone thrower. Alright, let's get a nice charge here with the mercenary sword band. That should go quite well for us. Yeah, 19 kills on the charge. Pretty nice. Alright, we're going to start pushing up soon and attacking. Got our Massalian hoplites. We got the Etruscan mercenary spearmen. Pretty cool looking. I like your helmet, sir. Well done. Alright. We have engaged these Italian swordsmen, winning out on the charge, ever so slightly. Alright. Elsewhere in the backfield, we're about to break the rest of these guys. These slingers have 33 ammunition. It's insane. Alright. Our general on the move here. I know he's sort of vulnerable if I charge him in to charges from the rear, but we can at least turn and face later. And we are starting to catch all of the skirmishers now before they can do much more damage. A little bit of fire arrows there to ensure their death. That was a bit of a poor shot, but hey, it's okay. Are we at 121? Yeah, pretty damn good. There we go. Finally, I activate. And we pile in on the charge. Getting some kills. But we do break them. Alright, and we're going to pile it on here. And against these Italian swordsmen, we charge in with the Insubrians and some Sarissas. And all that's left is infantry at this point. So, that is good. Some of it a mix of town guard and Italian swordsmen, as we're used to. Oof, just ripping the general, though. Absolutely ripping him right now. It's beautiful. Just brings tears to your eyes. We're getting hit by some javelins right now. The general in the rear, which is not good. I try to turn him around just so we can take it on the shield instead of in the back. About to break these guys. They're taking their sweet time though. We do move in with some hoplites. Eye on the prize here. Charge in, lads. Push! Push! Charge out in the flank there. Alright, and we're gonna start rumbling around with all the javelins. And we're gonna do some work with them. It looks like we're gonna be getting some general on general action, as well as the mercenary sword band here. Barely get a charge off. Does work a little bit. This goes a lot better for us though. Ooh, there's a horse. Just rumbling through. Hello, it's fine. Pretty devastating charge there. And we have engaged with all of them. Now it's time to activate the javelins and get to the flank and start smashing them. Speaking of smashing, we got some cap charges. The Roman garrisons are tough, but they're not tough enough. We have begun to gain the upper hand. Alright, we got archers moving around, javelins pouring in fire. Start doing a lot of damage. These guys are at 140 right now. 39. Yes, yes, good. Good. Oh, now it's getting bad. Oh, now it's getting really bad. And it's about to get a lot worse. And we're even starting to pierce through the shields of our own troops. Definitely some friendly fire there, but it's okay. It's all in the name of Massalia. Yeah, absolutely hammering them with the Greek javelins. Beltis not really getting too many shots off right now. Acting a little squirrely, but... Alright, so, our infantry starting to get worn down a little bit. These Gallic Mercenary Sword Band are good, but it's just the low armor. Not very good. Not very good indeed. Alright, General here, actually holding out pretty nicely, doing a lot of damage, and they only have about 13 kills. We get a nice combined charge from the Sarissa Lancers. Archer fire, doing decently, not really, actually pretty crappy. Alright, now the Peltists are getting some good shots in when charged with the Peltist unit that used up all its ammunition.
Understood.
Yes, yes, come now, we can do it. Break them, break their will. General's starting to break. Speaking of breaking, those Royal Hoplites really just giving it to them. I mean, they're just a very, very stout unit. Same melee attack, but melee defense is out of this world. Great charge bonus, really good weapon damage. Yeah, about the same weapon damage, but better armor penetration. Better, actually, same armor. Better morale, though. And a noble cause. Sort of. You guys started the war, okay? That's the issue. Alright, what else is going on? We've got a collective 3 more kills on our archers since last we checked in. Gonna break the general, though, and that's gonna be a nice morale shock for the rest of the army here. These mercenary sword band getting dealt with. Town guard is just brutalizing them. It's kind of sad. Elsewhere, though, you can tell what's gonna happen. We're looking pretty good. Peltastai? Peltastai? The Peltas, regardless. Charging in. There we are. Beautiful. And they all start to break. They're quaking in their boots. Alright, you know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen, because I played it already. And we're gonna be victorious. Alright, we were successful, as I had hoped. There are a lot of Roman troops sniffing around here, but yeah, first things first, we're going to sack the settlement, because we get a decent amount of money from that. That'll be good. And then we'll go ahead and liberate them. Right now. Voila. Alright, so yes, we have created a new ally, and we're gonna scoot right back up to Asculum, because I don't want to get attacked by anything else. So, time to be checking out what else is going on, seeing what's being built. We're looking pretty good there. Everything's kind of under construction, not too much left to convert. We'll eventually get to it as we go, but nothing of glaring importance. I did have an idea here to delay the building of that dock, and that way we can start recruiting a few more troops, just because of how the Romans are coming at us right now. I'm a little worried. So we're going to go ahead and actually grab another general, I think, at some point.
Ready for battle.
This is a very strange way for me to narrate, but hey, that's okay. We can't move far, unfortunately, with Uranix's army, so I would like to have moved back. I think I just kind of put them in a poor position when I left them last episode, so that's alright. Just double checking what we have with these guys. We can get some trade, and normally I'd push for more money, but I don't want them to be low on money. I want them to be able to build up, so that way they can oppose the Romans if necessary. Oh, it'll be necessary. Alright, so the defenders of Olympus at least getting good replenishment, thankfully. The Romans have a big old fleet, and they can kind of reach out and touch most of our stuff here, which is concerning. And we, don't really have a great garrison there. So what I am going to do, we are going to raise a fleet, and we're going to go for the larger ship, I think, with the Marines. So we'll go ahead and grab that, stick them in the settlement, and we'll go ahead and grab a mercenary ship in the meantime as well. Just something to defend with, or at least deter them, hopefully, from attacking. We'll find out. And we're gonna go ahead and grab that little mercenary troop ship unit. So, okay. And up north, we're going to go ahead and also grab another general here to be able to defend Retium. Keep it safe.
your duties, men.
And we'll go ahead and grab just a mercenary spear unit with that money we have. And now we have very little gold, but we're looking a little more safe. So that's at least good. Because, yeah, Rome's got a little army there, a big old fleet. And I think they have an army moving up north right now, too. So, worrisome. Worrisome indeed. Almost as worrisome as my... Oh, and they're recruiting, actually, in Rome. They have... I think they're recruiting 5 troops at a time, which is ridiculous. So, not looking forward to that, but... Yep, just checking through all the things that happened. That's looking good. And we're ready to end our turn. And... Rome's gonna do some shenanigans. There's that army that I was afraid of. And they come to attack Uranix. So they got a big old army here, some really good swords, and a lot of cav, which is the scary part. That's the part we don't want to deal with. So, gonna go ahead and retreat. That little army runs back. We got some forces moving up here to attack us. The other army, the Dread of Deimos. We're not being supported because our allies are not at war with Rome yet. Definitely want to retreat from that. And hopefully they can't attack. They cannot attack. But these guys can't reach us. So honestly, I'm pretty scared of this army. They got some good stuff. We're down on troops, both in the number in each unit and just the number overall. So we'll see what we can do. We got some good experience. Definitely a little scared though, but Uranix has to fight this out himself. He has to lead his men to victory. Mighty Uranix looks over his ragged and tired forces, having campaigned so long against the Romans. Can we hold this day on this rainy slope against a very powerful force? They have cavalry superiority, they have infantry superiority, but can the tactics win this day? We will find out. Alright, so we've already started by engaging with their equites. Uranix rumbling around on his horse, and this cavalry unit's already kind of pushing through our troops right now into our skirmishers, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to move in and try and take care of them. Getting not a ton of kills, but enough to be a nuisance right now, preventing our troops from firing. Okay, so elsewhere we have our veteran hoplites here, who are holding off against the heavy cav who got a bunch of kills on the charge here. Come on, veteran hoplites, we can do it. Alright, and we're going to start the engagement with the light sword maniple, the Hastati, moving in. We're already kind of turned around and fighting the cavalry, which is quite unfortunate. Our axes not really going to enjoy facing off against superior swords. Alright, what else do we got here? We have the, I know there's some heavy stuff around here. There's the Elite Spear Maniple. Pedantes Extraordinari. Wow. I mean, very cool looking. And yes, that's what I'm now looking forward to. The Heavy Sword Maniple in the back. Very slow, but very mighty. Okay. Uranix here. Doing some good work against the heavy cav. We're going to chase them down. This cavalry unit still alive, still causing an issue. And these Plebeian skirmishers are actually pretty good in combat. So they are engaging with the troops here. And we'll see if we can hold out. The enemy general, though, looking fresh, ready to get into combat. Let's see how we're doing. 31 to our 49. We are a better cav unit, but it's just taking too long right now. Uranix, we need you elsewhere! Hurry! Alright, these Peltists fired away, getting ready to outflank with some of our other troops. The Venetti footmen are really not enjoying this right now, though. We are getting dealt with. I mean, some of these troops, like the skirmishers, have 47 kills. And here comes the general. Or at least able to tie him up from getting a charge. The Peltists move in, getting a decent charge themselves. Some really good stats thanks to Uranics here. But we do get hammered by some javelin fire. Our skirmish cav, or not skirmish cav, our shot cav is alive but very beat up right now. And they still have some more of their cavalry left running around. The citizen cavalry looking a little bit better, but we'll see. Alright, and the Principes move in. Slowly with their swords drawn. Just kind of waddling into battle, and then there's the charge. Don't know how well we can hold up here. And we're just still caught up. Finally bringing our Sarissa Cav over to break these guys. They're still holding on so well. Pop a war cry in hopes that they'll break, but man, their morale is very good. And they're disciplined and all that jazz. Alright, we're starting to break in the middle though. It's not looking good for our line troops. It looks like they're getting dealt with. This flank we're looking a little stronger. This Hastati unit is getting a little overrun. The general here actually not too strong either. We're gonna continue to chase with our citizen cav. Hopefully be able to break them. There's just a lot for us to deal with. Finally we break those guys, but after a hell of a lot of damage done to Uranix's little company there. These Principes are chasing us around. We're trying to avoid them. Get some rear charges. See if we can save our lines. We break them here, and we're looking like we're going to be able to catch the general. It's just kind of overwhelming here in the middle, though. Trying to get some archer fire. And finally, we can get some charges in. Uranix leading his men. He's tired, but still deadly. Even on that charge, hell of a lot of kills. I mean, with 116 charge bonus, it's hard to deal with. Inspiring his troops, bringing them back from the brink of breaking, and just about broken the general here. We need to chase him down and we need to get everybody else into combat. We pull away. Getting chased by the Hastati. We need to keep moving. And we're gonna have to push in with the archers. We just lost a Venetti footman. And there's just a lot left to deal with. These elite spear maniple still alive. And we're overwhelmed on this flank. The Peltists fighting hard. They just have a lot of infantry right now. Alright. Continuing to fire away. Need to get a good charge here with the general's unit and the shot cav. Yep, down to 30 men with the Venetti, but they do end up breaking. We are just overwhelmed with Romans. Boom. Alright. See if we can affect some sort of real change in the outcome of the battle. We are breaking them. Over this flank. Uranix fighting. Where is he? Where is he? Where's our lord? He's somewhere in there. Crushing them. Alright. So, we're looking a little beat up here. We have kind of formed up on this flank. We're gonna try and charge and see what we can do. Take out what troops we can. Trying to keep our citizen cavalry alive. They're starting to waver and break. Their general's dead, but they are still just very disciplined troops. We have a little bit of hoplite left. Getting our Celtic slingers engaged. They do have good melee stats for slingers. Alright, we're starting to break them. Come on! Come on! We got the citizen cavalry out of there. They are down to 16 troops, but it is not looking good at this point. About to lose our Peltists finally. They held out so long. Getting chased by Hastati. We need to get some good charges. do get a nice charge here against the Principes. This rainy, mud-slick hill may be the end of Euronix's company. We are starting to break all over. There are too many troops. There is too much. Rome has mounted a valiant attack against us. It was a very tough army. And there was not really any way we could defeat them, I think. Tried hard, but we were just a little too beat up, a little too broken. It is unfortunate, but in the end, we will end up losing, and Euronix will lose his life. Fighting hard against the Romans, as he's always done, and someone else will have to live on and take the fight to Italia. And with that, the general dies. Euronix! Euronix! We shall avenge you!
And fall back!
And unfortunately, they can still catch the rest of our troops who survived and kill them. Oh, Rome, we will have our vengeance. I mean, we've been hitting Rome pretty hard, so like, okay. Fair trade. But I'm still not happy about it. Alright, prominent citizen comes of age, and Euronix has died. So, we have a new leader, though. And, yeah, that was rough. But we got new research done, so that's good. And Athens and Ptolemoi are at war. And let's see what's going on. Well, they are an army in our midst. It's a big army. They're pretty beat up, you know, but still, I'm a little worried about it. So, we do have this army here, and the garrison at Arretium is a little beat up, but it's decent. I mean, it's got a lot of hoplites in it, I think, so. I'm gonna drink my coffee while I figure out what else is going on. We're looking to build something. Oh, yeah. Gonna get that fishing boats. Get a little more income. Get a little more fish going on.
Ready for orders.
I always like to try to build the special settlements. So,
I want hourly
alright.
patrols.
Now we've hopped back in. We're not replenishing, but that's okay.
Commander.
And, yeah, we have a decent enough garrison. We need to start building another army, though. We have a lot of money now because our last army just got obliterated. So, we'll see. There's these small legion armies here. We're gonna go ahead and try and sabotage them at least to reduce movement. And she fails. Come on, lady! We need you!
Ready for orders.
Alright, we're gonna go hop into regular stance here.
We hunger for battle.
And see what we can do if we want to try and plug up the gap of the bridge there and get supported by the garrison. I'd rather them fight us in an assault battle on the city, though, because I really think we can beat them up pretty bad there.
Commander.
So I don't know. I'm kind of also wanting to protect Genoa as best I can. Decisions is probably what I said there. But here we're deciding if we want to swap places. So throw the build of Basilisk up north there, and then throw this army down south. And now we have a pretty beefy garrison. I don't think they can move up and reach that small army. And then I'm kind of questioning why I recruited them in the first place. I guess I recruited them as a kind of a just in case that those armies attacked the settlement instead of Euronix's army. I don't know why they would, but you know, just in case. And here we're starting to look at political stuff, see who our new faction leader is, and all that jazz, and also check on loyalty. And drink our coffee. I'm doing just decaf right now. Occasionally I'll have real coffee, but I'm trying to just, you know, create my own energy. We'll see how that goes. It's I've been doing it for about 2 weeks now, and I don't know. I love coffee. It's my favorite beverage in the world, so I'm having to drink decaf, and just decaf isn't as tasty, to be honest, but that's okay. You know, I think in the long run it'll be better for me, so because I do a lot of camping and climbing and stuff, and we go on long trips, and in the morning I don't want to have to rely on getting out the stove and making coffee in order to function for the day. So that's kind of the big motivation. I don't think coffee's evil. I don't you know, poke fun at those who rely on it, because I'm one of those people. So, well, anyways, that's a little aside. How are you all doing today, by the way? I appreciate if you've made it into, what, 25 minutes of this video so far, and curious to see what's happening. So, we are recruiting a bunch of troops right now in this new army, who will be taking over Uranex's army, Kronos. Kronos, our lord! He's the new member of our family, so... right now, Kronos is gonna probably need to move. I realized I should have recruited him in Massalia. That was a mistake, because we don't have a huge population of troops to pull from here. So we can get a little bit, but I don't want to take too much because we rely on replenishment. So we're definitely going to get a bunch of veteran hoplites. And I don't know, as far as the rest of the army, we want some archers and heavy cav, and then probably just some Thoreos swords to support, which is what I'm recruiting here. So probably hoplites, Thoreos swords, and I'm thinking I want to try some Jav cav, some bigger Jav cav, some either Thoreos cav or Tarantine. They're pretty comparable. So I'm gonna go ahead and recruit these guys here, and then start making my way back to Massalia to start recruiting more over there and draw from a larger population. Over here we can grab a little bit. We have a little more room for some troops, and we have enough money that we can grab some. So we'll see what we want to get. Probably some sturdy hoplites is what I'm thinking. Looking at some of the other cool troops we can get, but I'm thinking the companion or the Lukianan hoplites, or however you would pronounce it. Also, I apologize if I read things incorrectly. With just general mispronunciation, but right now I have the video edited, and I am narrating off of the screen of the video editor, but it sort of pixelates the type, so it's unfortunate. But we're checking out research right now. We'll see what we want to get. We want to still go towards military stuff. I'm kind of liking the looks of increasing our ammunition stores when under siege, but I don't know, I'm kind of debating on working towards the sort of larger effects that we get from completing a section of research. Like over here, what we would be able to get is, I think it adds to our campaign map movement, which is really nice, and would definitely be helpful, because I just love campaign map movement. Yeah, so we decided to go for that, start boosting up the raw abilities of our troops as well, so that way we can start to contend with Rome. But at this point, Rome's getting hit pretty hard, so I don't know, I'm feeling confident. The Aravasi are just crushing it right now too. They are doing some work against Carthage, so that is huge. And ending the turn, and the Romans come to attack us at sea. So this is what I was worried about, and this is looking real scary. We at least have our general here, but I mean, damn. Like, ugh, they got so much for us to deal with. I'm just gonna have to rely on the heavy cav. Our young and noble general attempts to lead his men in a noble defense, and they will nobly fight, for they are noble, and the Romans are ignoble, and we shall break them. Alright, so, what is going on? Currently, we have pushed out with our small little ragtag group of town guard. This local town guard already bloodied with 0 kills. We have our slingers in the back here, and then what we really need to rely on are our Greek hoplites as well as the general. Okay, so general rumbling around, smashing in, and already has 135 kills. We've taken out small little groups of the slingers. You can see there's kind of bodies littered everywhere. We did lose some horsemen, unfortunately, but we're doing all right. Lost about 10 or 12 troops, but to 162 kills. So there's a lot of Roman Marines who are a little scary, but they do have diminished stats right now. Terrible charge bonus, and The only problem is they have a lot of javelins, so they've been throwing a lot of javelins. They have a bunch of Roman levy marines who are sort of I think a slinger type unit? I think they're slingers. They're essentially slingers. Or no, they have javelins. Yeah, I guess I could look at their missile damage. That would tip me off, wouldn't it? 44 missile damage versus slingers are like 33, yeah. So they do have javelin units. They're very squishy though, so that's at least good. 21 armor though, it's not terrible. General not really having any trouble with chasing them down. So, unfortunately, a big block of them are moving in, and they are hurling javelins at us. They have a bunch of Illyrian raiders too. Cool looking troop there, throwing their javelins around. So the plan is we're just gonna have to hold here as best we can and wait for the general to be able to come in and start smashing them. So we're trying to take out all these little Illyrian archers and the Roman levy marines. We'll see if we're able to do it in time to be able to get over there and help out. Alright, this combat though, this is what everyone's looking forward to. The local citizens, with their 2 melee attack and 2 melee defense, taking on a unit of Roman Marines. We'll see how we can do. It's about, yeah, like 210 to 45. We'll see. We'll see if we can do it. Alright. So, General here racking up a bunch of kills already, but down to 58 troops. We're gonna hopefully break these guys. They're taking their sweet time though. Finally, with the slinger support, we should be able to break the Illyrian archers here. Some of them are tied up on the barricades that I put up. We did at least catch a few in our spike traps. And then with some rear charges here, we're able to break the Illyrian Raider and the Roman Levy Marines. And then we can start hightailing our local town guard over to help support the other troops. Getting a little cycle charge just to make sure we break them quickly. And there we go. Alright, so our general here, gonna go ahead, get a nice charge in over this way into the Roman Marines. We should be able to do a lot of damage. They are tough though, they have a lot of armor. Alright, elsewhere, we're holding out. We're in Hoplite Wall, we are in guard mode, and we are keeping them back to our best ability. With that 12 melee defense, we should last a good amount of time. And over this way, at least, we do have our slingers firing away. At least, I might not have noticed that there was a house right there, but it looks like we're able to get over the roof. Won't be pestering the citizen living inside of there. Alright, so they have a little bit of kills. Hopefully that'll start to rack up. This Roman Marine unit is taking its sweet time. Not dying nearly quick enough. We are moving over with our local town guard. We've already lost one of our citizens. I'm hoping to keep the other alive. We do have some rally and inspire still around. Our morale was getting a little low on our hoplites. Finally, we're able to break them. And we're just gonna pour everything into here. I'm kind of feeling at this point like there's just too much heavy infantry. There's a lot of tough stuff here. And some stuff that's anti-armor. Those Illyrians are armor-piercing with their weaponry. You can see some of them have axes. But we're gonna have to hold. Moving in with the slingers and their daggers. Alright, we're doing alright. Looking pretty beat up. We've taken a lot of a lot of damage. But the hoplites have held valiantly. And the general is just going to start charging. The only problem is it's sort of an awkward position to be charging because I can't come in directly, you know, north-south here. I have to be coming in from the side, and these walls sort of interrupt our charge a little bit.
Understood.
But we are racking up the kills with the general, at least. Though we are also starting to lose troops. We're down to 55, and it's going to be cycle charges. Cycle charges will win the day, if we are able to win the day. If not, well, this will be kind of disastrous. It's really going to throw a wrench in our plans to defeat Rome. Continuing to charge in. Getting a hell of a lot of kills. 400 at that time. And we're starting to break them. Starting to break them. Our infantry is also starting to break, but we're looking good. They really don't like those cycle charges now. So we have a little more space. So what I'm actually going to do here is keep them moving so they can keep their momentum, but then immediately click off to charge in. So you sort of click to the side, have them like go past, or like they're going to go past, and then click the attack order so they keep their speed up. And we're already at 430 kills, starting to rack it up. I chance a pull away here. I know we may lose some more horsemen, but that time actually we're pretty unscathed.
Understood.
We have a little bit of space,
Forward.
so we can hop into a wedge formation. We're gonna do the same thing, sort of click in the middle here and then cut over and strike.
At the double.
Our hoplites are exhausted and
Charge.
falling apart. They're falling over. Man, these charges from the Royal Guard cavalry really racking up. 448 kills. Now I'm starting to feel confident. I'm seeing those waverings. It's gonna happen. And popped a rally there just to make sure everybody's feeling good, feeling ready to hold and defend. They need to. They need to. We do get chased off a little bit and lose one more cav unit. Again, clicking away and then charging in. And with that inspire, suddenly, boom! Everyone just breaks. Getting over 500 kills with the general here. Absolutely devastating charge on that last one. And we were victorious. I don't think we lost a single unit except for a citizen unit. So, voila. That was a desperate need of a win there. So we were lucky to defeat them. And we were victorious! That was pretty brutal. But we were able to survive and just crush them with the cavalry. So that was good stuff. I am very pleased they weren't able to take that from us. That would have been huge for us to deal with. So things went pretty well. And the Samnite League comes to attack the Romans. Thankfully, they are on our side now with facing off against Rome. So I'm a little worried that we're going to lose a bunch of troops in our dreaded Deimos. So I'm going to quick save there and auto-resolve it and see what the results are. So hopefully they're not too terrible. And yes, stab, stab, kill, kill. Beautiful. Decisive victory, and we didn't lose any troops. So, right. We have some people ranking up, getting some good stuff going. We have a new prominent citizen, which is interesting. Over here, we're just going to go ahead and make him the city governor. It's just so very useful. Alright, got a bunch of troops recruited. The Samnite League is at war with Rome, thank goodness. And we got the gymnasium. So, what is going on? Well, let's see here. They have a small army in Rome, and they have that large force over there, which is a little scary. We're going to go ahead and grab Kronos' army and start moving him into Massalian territory. So we need to go ahead and get those guys rocking and rolling, get that army moving. And I decided, like, I'm just going to disband them. I don't know why I recruited them. Nope, there was a purpose, to deter Rome. Okay. So yeah, we're going to hop into Genoa there. That way we have a force in case they do come and attack Genoa with their beat-up army. Over this way, thinking about recruiting a few troops. I just don't want to pull from a population that we don't want to really deplete. So there's not really much I want to get as far as that case goes. Same with the mercenaries. I'm not really interested. They're just kind of overpriced, even though they are good. So.
We hunger for battle.
All right. So the Dread of Deimos is finally replenishing, so that is great. I'm excited about that. We get a rank up. Bacchylides here. So, what do we want to boost up? Well, we got to boost up the melee stats. Kind of want to get Warcry there, but I don't know. Kind of debating. Might want to go for some new tree here, boost up our cavalry, because we do have some pretty potent cav. Also moving towards getting ammunition boosts would be nice as well, because it would directly affect our stone thrower. But, I mean, it's hard not to boost up that war cry tree. It is very good. Alright, so they're replenishing. I kind of want to get rid of that mercenary spear unit, because he's very expensive, but... And then we could grab some more of those hoplites. Hoplites. Do also want to build the salt mine shaft, though, or the salt merchant. Always want to get those unique buildings when we can. They can be very lucrative. Alright. And looking at what else we want to build, taking into account the minus food, because we've had issues with food, for sure. Yeah. I mean, the civil town, that could be nice. Could boost up the farm. Kind of want to boost up that glass, though, to be honest. That doesn't help us too much. They're increasing the temple. Elsewhere, yeah, not too much. Though we could do it for the Temple of Zeus, and that would help with our public order issues that we've been having down there. So we go ahead and slap that on. Alright. So, still debating if I want to get rid of these guys. I think they're like 172 upkeep. That's pretty crazy. They're not that good. I don't know why we keep them. Alright, so the small legion has some elite stuff, but I don't know, not too concerned about them. And they're not recruiting more troops right now, so that's pretty cool. We're gonna go ahead and keep fiddling back and forth, deciding what we want to do.
At your command.
I do kind of want to grab some more troops here, though. That way we could potentially move out and attack those Romans. So that could go well for us, getting some companion hoplites or the Lucianan. Not too much else I would want to grab, because I want to keep the population of our other troops rising, or other classes, I should say. So we could get some other things we never had before. Those Teriski are not bad, though. These axemen, I do like them. What does the Argonaut go with? This future Argonaut doesn't remember. This is a strange way of recording audio. Alright, we grab some of those things. We'll see how those go. Hopefully Rome will come and attack us. Or at least we can build our troops enough that we can move out and strike against them. I do like that the Sam Knights are down there now, so I'm feeling good. We're going to go ahead and try talking with some of these guys. Seeing what we can develop as far as relations with the barbarians. Of course, they don't want anything. But we could talk to the RDI. Kind of wanting to make friends with them. I'm not really interested in moving into their territory. So, getting that non-aggression pact, they're going to like that. And they'll give us a good amount of money for it, which is great.
All praise to the
We're going to do the same for the RDI Confederation down south.
The gods will reach.
And kind of thinking about getting some alliances with them too, to be honest.
I am honored to receive.
Athens, we're already looking pretty strong allies with, even though we don't actually have an alliance. But yeah, Rome and Carthage, severely diminished. Severely diminished. I love it. I love seeing it. And they just got a whole bunch of armies down here. I mean, look at that. They're raiding and moving on Carthage itself. They have 3 full stacks there. I love it. They're even raiding territory here. Oh, it's so great. Kind of want a fleet of my own at this point, though. Like a pretty good-sized fleet. That way we can start smashing into Carthaginian lands. But I also don't want to get too ahead of myself, because Rome still bites. Rome still fights, Rome still bites. But I think we have enough income extra right now that we can go ahead and grab some more ships. They got level 2 hulls, which is great. And yeah, get a little ballista unit too, which would be awesome. Alright, and we're back. Okay, so Agnes has ranked up.
The gods
Well
has
done,
many
Agnes. I'm
rewards.
so proud of you. Let's increase your research rate.
Okay. And we got some stuff recruited, some stuff constructed. Got that Hellenistic salt village up and ready to go. So that's nice. What else do we got? Well, we got the Defenders of Olympus moving in. And finally, we can start recruiting more good troops. So, looking at the different options we have our general as these noble hoplites.
Ready to serve.
So we want to grab a big old chunk of them. They discipline and inspire, or they're just disciplined, I think. They don't encourage, yeah. But they are certainly tough to deal with. We're going to grab some Thureos eventually, too. We want 4 Thureos because I can't have 3. That'll just bother me. And yeah, we can start converting over some stuff if we want. We have a good amount of money right now. So we're going to go ahead and do that over there.
Ready for battle.
We have stopped replenishing, unfortunately. Bothersome. And what else we got? These Romans still in our territory.
For battle.
Still bothering us. Can't recruit anything to deal with them right now. But at least it's winter. They're just holed up in their fort and not knowing what else to do. So they're sort of out of position for sure. We have a good enough garrison here too. Kind of tempted to ride out and attack, but I don't know if we would get our garrison to reinforce. I think they're either like just out or just in. They're right on the edge of the red bubble, you know? So, kind of scary. And they recruited all those mercenary cav units after we killed all theirs, so that kind of sucks. And they still have so much money to afford those mercenaries. We've taken like all their lands. Actually, I think they still have, well, they still have Rome, obviously. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 territories left. Whereas we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 territories. You do the math. Alright. I kind of want to move this army out. Either to move up and attack that other army, but then it leaves us vulnerable, though we do have our allies protecting us. Or just moving around and hitting Rome. I sent him a spy over here just to see what Taras is up to. They only have a single general there. Gonna deploy her and then see what Cosentia looks like down
Ready
south.
for orders.
So, we can at least move out. Start our way over there, but
Greetings, friend.
want to make sure, yeah, we have military access.
At your
So,
command.
kind of think if we have that fleet there, we'll be okay.
Advance.
We're not replenishing, so we might as well move out, and we can start moving towards Rome. The Samnites have their other army there, right outside of the gates of Rome, so might be time to start pressuring and pushing on them, and bullying them, and slapping them around. All right. Let's see, what else? Well,
Commander.
I kind of do want to attack, and we don't even get reinforced. But we have a really good chance still. So, I'm kind of just going to take that auto-resolve. I don't really care too much about this army as far as, you know, veterans or anything. And yeah, we just crushed them. So, debating on releasing or killing them, but I'd rather just kill them, and boom, we slaughter the rest of their army. So that worked out very nicely for us. Now we can start moving south, hop into a patrol stance, and move in to start putting pressure on the capital of Rome, Rome itself. So, yeah, alright, we're looking pretty good this episode. Some interesting stuff happened. We got a new ally and fought a bunch of battles. We lost to mighty Iranics, unfortunately, but there's nothing else we could do. And yeah, we're looking pretty good, though. We're looking poised to be able to attack Rome. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.